presentation. We are Team 6 and now we will present about Employee Information Manager. First of all, we have 4 members drawn to this project and there are 5 contents we will talk today. Firstly is database analysis and design. Secondly is implementation on MySQL. Thirdly is build, store, residue, and triggers. Fourth is program connecting to MySQL, and finally is discussion and analysis. Firstly, we move to talk about database analysis and design. About project objective, project repository we design and digitize the employee information management process. And original dataset was normalized, so it missing employee, department, attendance, project role, and salary data is causing redundancy and inconsistencies. So after read the data, we identify 7 essential data domains: employees, departments, projects, assignment, attendance, bonuses, and salaries. So functional dependencies indicated the need for a normalized relational structure. There is the picture. So the hierarchy diagram. There are 7 tables. It presents relationship between them. And first of all, we have the relationship between department and employee. It have one to many relationship. So one department has many employees, but each employee belongs to one department. Next is department to project. It has one to many relationship, and department and to manager. It has one to one relationship. But historically, each department has at most one manager reference by manager ID, and you can see that other relationship between employee and project. It has many to many relationships. So relationships between employee and project is resolved through the assignment table. Employee and assignment also have one to many relationships. One employee can have multiple project assignments over time. And finally is relationship between employee and attendance or salary or bonus. It have one to many relationships. So one employee can have multiple attendance reports, salaries or bonus even over time. About logical design, hierarchies unique identifier is recorded in every table. Foreign key employment in ERD relationships like department and employee and project and so on. So unique in assignment prevents duplicate. Employee project assignments on table are in 3 and F. So no redundant department or project data is sorted in transactional tables. So about normalization workflow, we are start from the single write file UNF CSV. There are 3 steps we normalize the data. Step 1 is normalize to 1NF. We ensure all values are atomic and clean. Use the 1NF folder as the intermediate clean version of the database. You move to step 2 is normalize to 2NF. We separate attributes that depends on different keys, and finally is normalize to 3NF. Remove transitive dependency like the department can repeat it with employees and projects. And finally, we have 7 normalized CSV files, and each representing one well-defined table in the relational schema.
So now let's move to the second part, which is the implementation on MySQL. So the first part is database table creation. So the database DB employee information manager was created to host the system. This relational database consists of 7 normalized tables to handle human resources data efficiently. So we have the 2 core tables, which is the department and employee. So these tables primarily the standard one-to-many relationship, meaning one department holds many employees. However, a problem called circular dependency arises because every department also requires a manager. This creates a problem that during setup, you cannot link the department to a manager if the employee table does not exist yet. So to fix this, the first one we will create both table employee and department here, and then connect it with the answer table. About the transactional tables, which include the salary payment table and attendance table. So it will handle the financial and operational data, utilize special constraints to prevent duplication. For example, just one attendance record per day for one employee. And the third one, we got the relation between the employee table and the project. So here we have a challenge that we have a many-to-many relationship. It means that one employee works on many projects, and one project has many employees. So we cannot just put a project ID column inside the employee table. Because what happens when we work on 5 projects? So the solution, we will create an assignment table at which it will connect the employee ID and the project ID. So why it is important? So it will store specific details. This table is the only place you can store the hour work. If I put hours in the project table, I wouldn't know which employee worked those hours. And if I put it in the employee table, I wouldn't know which project it was for. So, and also it will prevent errors. By using a unique constraint here, the database automatically stops from accidentally assigning the same person to the same project twice. So now is the data population. The database proceeds with the sample data to simulate real-world environment. It including 5 departments, 20 employees associated with transaction, records, and projects. So now let's move to the advanced called views, sort, procedures, and treatment. About views, we got 3 views here, and the views will provide a simplified interface for complex joins and aggregations. So the first one is the employees by department. This view acts as a comprehensive human resource directory. It performs an inner join between employee and department. This allows the human resources staff to retrieve a human readable list of staff and their locations without needing to write joins query repeatedly. It serves as a primary data source for any employee list user interface. The second one is the view called money salary summary. The idea of this view is to provide a consolidated payroll report for financial review. This is a complex analytical review. It aggregates data from employee salary payment and bonus deduction. It will solve the problem of scattered financial data by calculating the net salary. Dynamically use the formula like the salary payment is equal to base minus 12 plus bonus minus deductions. And the last view is the project participation. This view was used to facilitate resource management and project tracking. It aggregates data from a silent table by cutting distance, employee ID, and summing our work per project. It gives manager an instant snapshot of which projects are resource heavy and which are understaffed, which are requiring manual calculation. So let's move to the store procedure. So I create two procedures here called the payroll automation and department analytics. So it will, about the payroll automation, it will automate individual net salary calculation for the current month. And about the department analytics, it will generate consolidated financial report for the Python dashboard. And the last part is the triggers. And triggers will ensure data consistency and automate state changes. I create the auto update payment status here. The provided SQL trigger is designed to automate the initial payment status for new records in the salary payment table. This trigger is set to execute before insert operation, take the calculated net salary, and specifically, if the user running the insert query does not manually specify a status, the trigger will apply the default rules. If the salary is positive, the status is automatically set to pending. Otherwise, it will set to unpaid.
Now we move to website connecting to MySQL platform. Here is the first step of our project environment setup. We set up the database on by PHP MyAdmin, and database configuration and connection to enhance security and flexibility. Sensitive credentials such as hostname, username, or password are not hard-coded in the source files. Instead, they're stored in a .env file located in the project root. You can see here is an environment variable stored in the .env file. And to get the data from database, the database.php file is responsible for loading these environment variables and returning an associated array used by the kernel to establish the connection. Here is a code, source code that you can see here. So I will introduce to you guys about our workflow. The client, or we can understand is a browser, will send HTTP request to Apache, and the next step is bootstrap and put to public folder, especially in the index.php file. So this index file will route to the app routers, including controllers, methods, and params. And they will instantiate controller class and route into each controller for each things like validate input, call model, and processes. So after route to controllers, the model of each controller will query database and return data from the input database. And then the controller will receive data again, send the view and render HTML to respond HTML, so the client can see the display page on their browser.
Now we move to see the client interact page. Firstly is the login and register page where the client can create their account. To access our employee management system, they have to enter their username, their password, and then they get the account. And after getting they have to re-enter their username and password to log into our system. After logins, we will redirect client into the web dashboard where we have our menu here, and we have the employee page, department, payroll, report and setting, which is setting we are under developing. And in the main dashboard overview here, we will show the total employee, the total department, and the total payroll of the employee in our company. And we also show the recent employee that have added to our database. And here's one of the functions page of our system, which is employees. And we will show the general information of employee, which is employee ID, employee name, email, department, and so on. And then we have the department view, which is also the general information of the department of our company. The department name here is human resource, engineering, sales, marketing, finance, and their locations, and also the total employee in that department too. Next one is tenant views. Now we can see here is the idea of employment, the employment name and the work date and the status. We can also do the action that we search for the employee, and we can see the status of them, the absent or the on leave. And the next one will be the project view. The project view will show our functions of add project, and we can add another project to our database, and we will search for information, general information about company projects. Here we have some of department project, and we can edit the information of project and delete it if we want. Final one will be the salary view. And we see this will be the last function of our web, because our setting, which is we can change theme and change the language mode, is under developing. So salary view will show us the employee name, the payment date, which is have 1 year, and we have total amount of the salary, which is we add the bonus and minus the deductions. After we will update the status here, will be unpaid, pending, or paid here. And we also can edit it by click the button here, and also delete it if we want. So that's all of my presentation for our project of employee management system. Thank you for your attention, and we enjoy our project.